Hello and welcome. Today we're bringing you some of the most ridiculous fielding you'll ever see. Get ready to be amazed as we dive right in. We're starting off with an unbelievable effort from the West Indian power hitter Nicholas Pooran. While Nicky P is normally seen behind the stumps, during an IPL game in 2020 he found himself patrolling the leg side boundary. Sanju Samson had just belted the ball towards deep mid-wicket for what was a certain six. But instead of watching the ball sail over the boundary, Pooran launched himself over the ropes, caught the ball with both hands, and somehow still had enough time to toss it back inside while he was in mid-air. And to make this effort even more impressive, he was facing the ground when he threw the ball back inside. How's that for athleticism? Next up, we have some wonderful improvisation from Aussie pacer Michael Neser. During a BBL game, Neser took an absolute screamer while running towards the extra cover boundary. Unfortunately, he couldn't apply the brakes in time and had to resort to tossing the ball in the air while he went over the boundary rope. Now, normally fielders try to toss the ball back inside, but Neser had only managed to throw it upwards while still outside the rope. In a quick bit of thinking, he timed the perfect jump to lob the ball back inside before completing what had turned into a straightforward catch. But the build-up to this genius effort was anything but straightforward, and Neser has this video to prove it. Kiwi legend Brendon McCullum was one of the most exciting cricketers of his time. The man was a literal firecracker in the field, and when he wasn't busy bludgeoning balls out of the park, he was pulling off insane acrobatics, like the one we're about to show you. During a BBL game, McCullum found himself losing the race against a ball that was making its way to the offside boundary. He wasn't even in the frame for the most part, but just as the ball reached the ropes, he turned into prime Usain Bolt and literally flung himself over the ropes in a bid to prevent a boundary. And he succeeded too, pulling the ball back in with just his fingertips. Would you be surprised if we told you this was only the first innings? That sort of commitment is enough to make any bowler fall in love with a fielder. Here we have Ravindra Jadeja taking an absolute stunner during the 2019 ODI World Cup. The Indian all-rounder has frequently been in the debate for the best fielder in the world, and for all the right reasons. During this particular match against England, Jadeja ran in from the long-on boundary and flew along the carpet to catch a literal rocket off of Jason Roy's bat. The ball was coming in fast, flat and low, a difficult catch to judge for any fielder. Unless you're Ravindra Jadeja. He caught his ball so cleanly, you'd think he'd been practicing for this his entire life. Next, we have what is undoubtedly the greatest catch of the 2019 ODI World Cup. It's possibly one of the greatest catches of all time. During a match between England and South Africa, Ndile Peplakwayo had just smashed Adil Rashid towards the mid-wicket boundary. And by smash, we mean literally walloped him. The ball was traveling like a bullet. But what was supposed to be a flat six turned into a catch for the ages as Ben Stokes put out his right hand, threw himself in the air and caught the ball from over his head. The man was falling backwards, and that too on his side. Literally the most awkward position you would want to be in before catching the ball. But Stokes managed to pull it off, and that too with some style. Unsurprisingly, this Herculean effort was enough to send everyone wild, including Nasser Hussain in the comm box. It goes without saying that the Aussies have always been the best fielding team on earth, and amongst these athletes, Ricky Ponting was probably the best. During an ODI against Pakistan in 2010, he proved why no one can match Australia's intensity in the field. Poor Shoaib Malik had just middled a cut shot towards point, the kind of shot that gets you 4 runs and forces the bowler to change his line. Except that in this case, Ponting dove to his left and with the precision of a hawk managed to pouch the ball just centimeters off the ground with his weaker hand. To give you some idea of how brilliant this catch was, efforts like this one normally require a reaction time of less than 1 second. How crazy is that? The Aussies will literally put their bodies on the line but will not spare you a single run. No wonder they're always so hard to beat. Here we have Jonty Rhodes, the greatest fielder in the history of the game. The South African legend single-handedly revolutionized fielding for generations to come. During an ODI against Australia in 1993, Rhodes brought out the classic diving sidearm throw while in midair to run David Boone out. The batsmen were charging for a quick single when Jonty ran in, grabbed the ball and released it while falling over. By the time the ball had hit the stumps, Jonty was almost upside down. The precision this man possessed was insane. And to be doing stuff like this in the 90s, Jonty really was way ahead of his time. Now for another Brendon McCullum special. During the 8th edition of the BBL, McCullum found himself lying outside the boundary ropes after a wonderful effort to catch the ball. The only problem was that he had lobbed the ball straight up in the air rather than sideways, but in a moment of sheer brilliance, McCullum pushed himself off the ground just as the ball was about to land on him and somehow ended up palming it back inside. What makes this effort so amazing is the fact that McCullum was lying flat on his back and still managed to get his body in the air, kind of like a fish out of water. Just the core strength required to pull something like this off is insane, and we haven't even mentioned his game awareness yet. This man truly is one of a kind. Next up, we have one of the most outrageous catches in recent times. Scottish pacer Bradley Curry found himself in the limelight when he turned into Superman during his debut in the 2023 Vitality Blast. He had already taken 3 wickets with the ball, but apparently that wasn't enough for the Scot. After Benny Howell pummeled the ball to the leg side for a certain 6, Curry ran along the boundary, brought out a full-length dive to his left, and ended up catching the ball with just the one hand. There's nothing more pleasing to watch than a fielder pulling something like this off. The effort lit up social media, with even Ben Stokes describing it as utter filth. Funnily enough, this catch had come at a crucial time, and Curry's team went on to win by exactly 6 runs. Talk about making an impact. And as always, we've saved the best for last. AB de Villiers is a name that needs no introduction. The Proteus legend was an absolute freak of nature, and there was literally nothing he couldn't do on the field. During an IPL game, he caught the most ridiculous catch you're ever likely to see. Standing right on the boundary ropes, de Villiers jumped up in the air in a manner only NBA players are capable of, and managed to grab the ball that was flying over the boundary for a guaranteed 6. Everything was perfect about this catch. The positioning, the timing, the awareness to stay inside the ropes, simply amazing. Virat Kohli's reaction tells you everything you need to know about this effort from AB. Honestly, this man was a literal cheat code, always delivering in ways you'd never expect. And there you have it, folks, some of our most ridiculous fielding moments from the cricketing world. Be sure to like and subscribe for more crazy compilations from the gentleman's game.